Before sitting down to write this episode, I didn't know what it was going to be about. I brainstormed all day and I knew I needed something to help loosen my hand, to make it easier to write. I needed wine. Now, as most of you already know, there's a lot of tension in the atmosphere. All eyes are in the city right now. And in my home, we are doing the best that we can to stay safe. We go from our work to our home and we don't go out as much anymore. But it was Thursday. I had the evening off and I needed to pick up some flyers for a Halloween party my mom is organizing in her job. Because that woman does not give a shit. Bad weather, bad government, nothing stops her, nothing kills her vibe. Remember Snowmageddon back in 2010 when 22 inches of snow fell in the city and it was really dangerous to be outside? The night of that storm, my mom took me and my sister to the movie rental place to return some movies. Otherwise, they would have been late and it would have been an overcharge. So we went in the middle of the storm to return the movies. Because fuck it. Life is for the living and whoever is afraid should not be born. So anyways, it's Thursday, we're both bored. I need wine and my mom needs her flyers. So we get on the car real quick and we go to Office Depot. And now we're at Office Depot and we have the flyers, but we don't have the wine. Because they don't sell wine at Office Depot. I remind my mom that the cats need food. Very important. So we decide to go to Target to get the food. And we go to the Target that's in Milwaukee and Sacramento because that is closest to our home. So now we're at Target. We're in the pet aisle. We have the cat food. Chicken Purina one. Just like how my cat likes it. And we're going to the register to pay. And by chance, we pass the wine aisle. And I say, hold on, let me grab something real quick. And I grab a bottle of Campo Viejo, cheap but bubbly, because I wanted my hand to feel nice and fancy when I wrote. Now we're at the register and we're going to pay. And the guy is bagging up the Purina ones. And I get out my ID for the bottle of wine. Now I gave him my driver's license, and my driver license is somewhat limited. It has my name and my date of birth and my picture, but it does say it's not a real valid ID. It only works in the state of Illinois. He's looking at it closely, and I already know what he's going to say to me. So I pull out my other ID, my matrícula consular. It's my Mexican ID and the only other ID that I carry. Again, this one also has my face, my name, and my date of birth. He gives it a quick look and he says that's not a valid ID. I've bought alcohol at Target and other places with both IDs. So I know this guy is full of shit and he just doesn't want to sell me a cheap ass bottle of wine. I put on the most pissed off look I have. I rolled my eyes and I said, okay, and I walked away. And my mom was confused, asking me what had happened, and I explained that he just didn't want to sell me the bottle of wine. He said I didn't have a valid ID. We both understood that we weren't able to get the bottle of wine because we didn't have proper documentation, and we both sat in the car annoyed and frustrated. Rejection sucks, and sometimes it feels like our money is not worth the same. We were both faced with the feeling that we don't belong because of an ID. It wasn't because of our age, because we both clearly look over 21. This guy just didn't sell us the bottle because of the ID. So what we did is we went to the liquor store 2 blocks away on Kedzie and Milwaukee, and we bought 2 bottles of wine because we could and nobody was gonna stop us. We got home and I sat on the porch with one of my bottles of Campo Viejo, still very upset, faced with the inconvenience of not being able to get my bottle from Target. I was worked up thinking about how unfair everything was. And then I started thinking, why was I getting so worked up about something so stupid? Yes, this 30-year-old employee at Target was a stupid bitch. But I guess he was just doing his job. But most people overlook that kind of stuff, so clearly he wanted to make a statement by not selling me the bottle. He wanted to spite me. No, he was just doing his job. I went around this loop of ideas for a while, until a new idea struck me. How lucky am I to have this as my problem, instead of being in jail or in Tijuana? And then I went into the rabbit hole that things could always be worse. Yet I was still very upset. I didn't get what I wanted, and rejection sucks. At the end of the night, I got to the conclusion that while yes, upsetting, this was just a mundane situation. A microaggression at most that didn't deserve my time. These days, it feels like the world is caving in on my shoulders. There is so many reasons to be overwhelmed, angry, afraid. There are so many big and scary things happening around us, and it is a lot easier to give my attention and anger to something so mundane as being denied a bottle of wine. And that is the importance of what is mundane. It is a lot easier to focus on non-existent problems or problems that have a solution rather than thinking about the real problems, the things we can't control. There's about 5 other places around that Target where I could have gotten booze. And I did. On the Monday that week, we were planning what we were going to eat throughout the week, and my mom said, God willing, if we make it to Wednesday, we are going to eat tinga. God willing, if we make it to Wednesday, we are going to eat tinga. The situation is so dire, we can only hope to make it to Wednesday now. That is a real problem. That we don't have control over. That hurts. I am happy to report that we made it to Wednesday and Thursday, and we ate tinga both days. And in retrospective, what happened on Thursday is such a dumb thing. It doesn't even qualify as a problem or an aggression. But we are in a state of constant aggression and fear and rejection. So it blurs the line of what is an actual aggression on purpose and what is not. To be honest, it's kind of more comfortable to dwell in these mundane situations than actually focusing on the real threat.